Okay, so I'll talk about a program, a little case study on international mobility and outcomes. So universities transform the lives of students, opening horizons by broadening perspectives, networks, job opportunities. Higher education has long been recognized for enhancing social and economic mobility for individuals and for societies. However, in the United Kingdom, not all students benefit from university in the same way, with more privileged groups gaining greater advantage from higher education than their counterparts. In the United Kingdom, Universities UK collect year-on-year research and consistently demonstrate that there's evidence that international mobility enhances academic achievement. So students that go abroad are more likely to achieve a first or an upper second class degree than those that don't. Employment, they're less likely to be unemployed. And earning outcomes, they report higher salaries than those that don't go abroad. And the benefits of international mobility for underrepresented groups are even more prominent. Further evidence indicates that international mobility within higher education has a large and statistically meaningful effect on social and economic benefits for disadvantaged students, while also improving the employment prospects of graduates from advantaged backgrounds. So today I'm going to talk about a case study exploring international mobility on our university, Basketball University. It's an extracurricular, non-credit bearing program. We're a relatively small university. We have fewer than 8,000 students, and we're set within the UNESCO World Heritage City of Bath. Our mission is to be a leading university in creativity, culture, and enterprise, to transform students' lives through inspirational learning and research, and to connect students to a network of international partners to become socially engaged global citizens. So the images here are from our Newton Park campus, and that's Lord David Putnam opening a new building called the Commons in 2014. Internationalization is essential to the ability to function in a globalized workplace and benefit students, especially from disadvantaged backgrounds that might lack the social capital compared to more privileged students. So Basketball University, it offers a non-credit bearing extracurricular certificate in global citizenship designed to broaden the global perspective of undergraduate students and to open opportunities in the global employment market. It features a lecture and seminar program with internationally renowned speakers that includes both distinguished academics and industry leaders. So from Professor Barbara Macmillan from Oxford University to the creative director of Lego came to speak to our students last week. Over 76% of the home students enrolled in this program have at least one widening participation marker. These are factors that predict lower access to, success within, and progression from higher education. And this data is collected nationally, with over 30% of the students coming from disadvantaged backgrounds and 46% from non-professional backgrounds. And the program was invited to join the UNESCO UCLA Global Citizenship Education Network in 2017. The most pressing and complex challenges that face humanity today across disciplines and national boundaries. Global citizenship education requires that students engage in interdisciplinary collaboration to work together in considering some of these challenges. So in their first and second year, our global citizenship students engage in group debates. As students come from across all the schools, which includes the College of Liberal Arts, that includes the humanities, performing arts, business studies, social sciences, also our Institute for Education, the Bass School of Art and Design. It provides students with the opportunity to work together and to apply their respective subject strengths towards a common purpose. So the program placement is generously funded by the university with up to £1,000 bursary so that students on the program can do an international placement or study abroad activity that's linked to their undergraduate degree program and to their postgraduate ambitions. And students have the opportunity to form links with international partners and build their global networks. So, oh yes, here's one example. So again, as I mentioned, we're quite an arty university, and so there's a fashion student who went to New York and Pennsylvania. This is a drama student in Nicaragua who's leading a workshop, drama workshop in body movement. And this is an international education student who did her placement in the Copperbelt region of Zambia. So to explore the impact of the Global Citizenship Program on student success, the overall grades of graduates that engaged in the program were compared with students that went abroad as part of their undergraduate degree, but were not part of the Global Citizenship Program, so for instance, Erasmus students, and were matched with students that didn't go at all. And crucially, student numbers were matched according to several variables, such as entry qualifications, subject mode of attendance, various characteristics that predict student success, such as whether their parents went to university, their postcode quintile indicating disadvantaged background and declared disability. And again, this is they're called WP markers that, again, it's collected nationally. And a statistically significant difference was found. So students that did not take part in any international mobility as part of their undergraduate program graduated with an average of 62%. Those that went abroad in their degree but didn't take part in the Global Citizenship Program had an average of 64%. And students that did the Global Citizenship Program had an average of 67%. And these are, again, matched students are coming in with the same entry, so. Odds ratio calculation revealed that the students on the Global Citizenship Program were 6.6 times more likely to obtain a first than their matched counterparts and 1.9 times more likely to obtain a 2-1 than their matched counterparts. So, yes, and to explore the impact of the program on student progression, the destination of levers of higher education data was explored to look at whether students were engaged in further study or employed 6 months after graduation. And you can see that students that were on the Global Citizenship Program, they were no more likely to be employed, but they were more likely to be engaged in further travel or study. And they were less likely to be unemployed. In fact, they weren't at all. So we know that there is a difference in student success and progression, and so those outcome measures are useful. But it's interesting to look at how or why, and so this is where qualitative data is useful. So before the program starts, students are asked to write a statement about their motivations for taking part. And then at the end of the program, they're asked to write a reflective piece on their experience of the program. And the qualitative data provides a rich source of material to explore the pre- and post-program expectations and experiences. And so to explore for meaningful differences, keenness for corpus analysis was used to compare the differences in the relative word frequencies in student statements made before and after taking part in the program. So it's not the absolute frequency, but it's the relative frequency between the two bodies of text. So keywords are words that are significantly more frequent in one corpus compared to another. And beyond frequency, a keyword gives a measure of saliency by comparing the relative frequency of words in the statements compared to the post statements. And significant differences between the two time points can be revealed using log likelihood ratio.
What is that log likelihood ratio?
Yes.
That explains what?
Yeah, so it looks at the relative difference in the use of the two words between the pre-statements and the post-statements. So we take of all of the words. So the students make a statement before they take part. They make a reflective piece at the end. We take the absolute frequency of every word used, and we look for the relative difference in frequency of the words in one text compared to another. And so when you see some of the examples, you'll see what I mean. So,
How the likelihood ratio
yeah.
is calculated? First, you shall have to calculate the likelihood ratio.
Yes,
Then take a logarithm of that.
yes,
There must be a function.
yes. I haven't, this was intended for a more generalist audience. What I'll do, if you like, I can share with you the methodology in more detail. Yeah, but yes, I'm very happy to share that with you. Yeah, definitely. And I must say, I went to a conference in Washington, and there were academics. I wasn't aware of keenness for corpus analysis. I thought it was a really interesting method, and I thought, here's a good practical application for it. And so I'm happy to share it as well, and if you're interested in using it, because it is a useful way of exploring qualitative data. Okay. So the meaning of keywords is often explored through the metaphor in which the expression is based. A key is a tool that gives access to features of a corpus that are not immediately obvious. From a linguistic point of view, keywords contribute to the search for units of meaning, and from a sociological point of view, they are part of the vocabulary of culture. And significant differences in keywords may point to elements that need to be explained. So once the keywords are identified, then the context in which the words appear can be explored. So it gives us a way into the exploration of the qualitative data. So we'll first look at the words that were more likely to occur in the pre-program statements compared to the post-program statements. And they included help, industry, opportunities, development, and issues. So help. So the highest ranked keyword was the word help, which was used in the context of social capital and social responsibility. So, for instance, to take the opportunities that they're going to help guide me into the line of work that I have grown ambitions in. And I feel that the course would help to teach me about the dynamics of making a real change, international human rights, and progressive change. So again, we have social capital motivations and social responsibility motivations. Or I put myself forward in the hope not only that I might gain something, but that I could potentially help to give something back. So again, both types of motivations. So social capital motivations were revealed by the words industry and opportunities. And so examples in which the word industry occurred: to gain social skills with colleagues, industry professionals in my work experience, having a secure learning environment to explore these issues, and to be given guidance by industry professionals, and so on. And again, opportunities to help expand my global connections, with hope that in the future this will help towards job prospects and other opportunities. It will allow me to broaden my academic understanding and gives me a wider perspective on which to base future opportunities. So the keywords development and issues reveal more social responsibility motivations. So to really focus on issues of global aid and development. Key development aims such as gender equality, poverty alleviation, and environmental protection. And issues, all of the issues that have had an effect, or even a small number of the population, are issues that should be challenged and worked on globally. So again, we have post-program keywords that reveal personal transformation. So these are words that were more likely to occur in the reflective statements compared to the pre-program statements. And a word that didn't occur at all in the pre-program statement, but occurred quite often in the post-program statement, was identity. And indicating an actual transformation of identity and taking part in the program. So you can see what I've learned from it, and that is my identity and place in the world. Internationality has become such a huge part of my identity. I've learned that my place in the world is not just defined by my nationality or place of birth. That is just one part of my identity. And so I thought this was quite a moving, it was quite moving to see these post statements and to see the transformational impact that it seemed to have on the students. And again, I won't go through all of them. I know we're pressed for time. I'll go through a few more, and I'll show you a little clip as well at the end, a student talking about their experience. But we have transformation through networks and intercultural awareness. So friends, this experience gained me lifelong friends and connections. The exchange provided an opportunity to establish friendships across borders and so on, and culture. To develop an international and interdisciplinary perspective, look beyond limitations of my own culture, and reflect on, and so on. So what I'll do now, just whistle it through. I'm happy to share the paper with you after. I know that we have another speaker here, and so that Jean-Michel can carry on. I'll just go through, if you like. We have a little video. And I'm going to start it at, are we connected to Wi-Fi? So I'm going to, will that get us in there? We'll start it at 2 minutes in. It's at the very last slide. Or do we just need to copy, or how do we do this? Because you can see it here, can't you? Control and click. Okay. And again, it will take you to one sec. We need to bring it to
and yeah, with the curators and.
Okay.
I've done a project at.
Okay. Do you mind if I just bring it back just a little bit here? Okay. Okay.
I've done a project at the university called Global Citizenship, and it's expanded my global outlook hugely because I've obviously been able to travel as much as I have done and network and gain connections and obviously experience different cultures, which for me is always just a complete highlight because I feel as though that's what makes life enriching.
I feel like it's given me more credibility going into being employed because I've actually produced something that's a real world product that people are actually going to get to read because of Gala.
You know, I'm not afraid to travel. Before I went to university, I'd probably say that I was. I do see myself as a global citizen now, as opposed to before going to university, I probably would have classed myself as a citizen of the United Kingdom. So it's changed my perspective as well and my outlook.